the distance while we're with you. Gravity pushes us away. Never seemed to make a lot of sense. We never really understood the fact that gravity pushes us away. Walk away from it all. Should we just give up? We are the blind, we are the lost. Run from all the mistakes. When we turn away, we are the blind, we are the lost. Gravity seems to lie when it pushes us all aside. We force out these thoughts. We're not the blind, we're not the lost. We're not the blind, we're not the lost. Walked on straight from my bed. We'll never look back. We're not the blind, we are the ones that face the mistakes that we make. We won't turn away. We're not the blind, we're not the lost.
Once again, new series for us here, the Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. This is Rocky Game 150 brought to you by Jinx Shifters. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason from your Signature Esports.
What is going on, everyone, and happy Thursday evening here. We got a nice little short 70-lap race here in our Midwest Days Under Arca series. Joined tonight in the booth by Gary Sack. What is going on, Gary?
And nothing much. Looking forward to some good racing here at Nashville Super Speedway. This is They got some long straights here, but they also have some heavy braking zones that makes it really a driver's track. So I'm hoping to get some clean racing and get some good green flag runs.
Yeah, clean racing indeed. I mean, this is the Arca series, so I don't predict anything but clean racing here. But we got a pretty good, decent-sized field tonight. I'm showing 31 drivers so far have connected to log in. I don't know if all 31 have stayed, but we are looking at an outstanding field tonight, and a little worried that bigger field might cause more issues than what we're used to seeing here in the Arc series. Just a reminder, only one quick fix here, but this has seemed to been the probably. I might make some other drivers in other series mad, but I think this has been probably the cleanest series so far this season, between Xfinity, Cup, Arca, and Trucks. I think the Arca has put on some of the cleanest racing. So might make some guys mad at that statement, but from what I'm seeing, and I'm an Xfinity driver, I'm saying this. So, but our good old league owner, Taver, had reached out to me before we broadcast. Let's go ahead and pull him down, and let's go ahead and talk to Mr. Taver Mowry. Hey, Taver, what is going on, man?
Oh, man.
He's like, hey, caught me off guard.
You guys got me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, we got
Alright, I had to make sure that my mic wasn't muted. I didn't have my thing turned up on the side, so that's why I couldn't hear myself.
Hey, man, I just mentioned during the broadcast, and I know it might upset some guys, but from what I've been seeing since we started the season off, talking all 4 seasons off, I think these Arca guys have put on some of the best, cleanest races we have seen out of the 4 series. And I know I joke around it off stream a lot, and I'm like, man, these Arca guys make the Cup guys look like chumps every week. It seems like. What's your thoughts on that, dude? And if you got any other announcements possibly coming up until next season, we're about halfway through. Go ahead and spill some beans.
Yeah, I mean, I think these Arca guys are pretty good. I mean, I feel like Cup is kind of struggling right now because we're still getting used to everybody's going around. The schedule that I made, I could have made a little bit better job with the schedule. The schedule I made for Cup is really tough, honestly. We go to some really, really tough places. And those Cup cars last week just had too much horsepower for Nashville. A lot of fun racing there, but there's a lot of horsepower, and that's where you saw a lot of those single course spins. But yeah, these guys are good. I mean, I'll be interested to see how they race here. I think there's 30 cars, which is amazing, on the track tonight. So, like I said, it'll be interesting to see what they do here, and the only time will tell.
Yeah, man, I know we have all raced this track multiple times, dude. I mean, if you ask me, it's kind of a lot like Gateway with the speeds you can get. The only difference I really think about between here and Gateway is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are the same. Only difference is the entry you'll get going into 1 compared to 3 because of the tri-oval.
Right. I think this place is really awesome. I drove it for the first time last Friday after the other Nashville race, and I think this may be one of my favorite tracks ever. Just drives completely different than anything that I've ever driven. I think you're going to see a lot of bump and runs. I think you're going to see some short track racing stuff here tonight. I'm going to be interested to see if anybody runs the complete bottom line and what happens there. I know in the Cup car that's where you're going to be. But yeah, I'm just interested to see how these guys do. I don't really have any announcements for next season, although for Cup and all that, but I will not be racing next season, so that is, I guess, big news. So the 5 car is going to be out of commission next season. I'll be back in the winter, but I won't be there in the summer.
Oh no!
Yeah,
So
I have some pretty major life changes just happened this week, so really excited about that. The new opportunities I'm gonna have, and
changes for the good, not bad. Okay.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Really excited about that. I'll still be around. I'll still be running the league. It's just during the summer and fall football season months, I won't be as active as I has been. But the goal is to get everything really good up to that point and kind of coast off the success that we've been building here, and just keep the same mantra and keep the same attitude that we've had towards building this thing, and keep on watching it grow. So when I do come back in the spring, it's a lot of fun.
So what you're saying is Dad won't be around next season. We could throw a party and throw mayhem, right?
Oh yeah, I mean I'll still be around, right? Like I'll still be the Arca admin guy. I'll still probably race on Mondays, to be honest with you. I just won't be able to race on Friday nights. But I will be back in the Cup Series on next spring, which sucks because I hate the next gen car as much as, or I used to hate the next gen car. I really, really did, but that car has really, really grown on me ever since I've started driving it. I think you're going to see a lot more wrecks in our series. Just in general, I mean, NASCAR's had more wrecks too, so I'm excited for the guys to switch over to that. I'm going to try and build a pretty complete schedule. I mean, things aren't going to change for me. I'm just not going to be racing on Friday nights. It's really the most part.
Gotcha. Well, I got you in here, man. I talk about it every week, and I'm kind of curious what your thought process might be on it. We have Truck and Arca in Mdot. It's usually about 60% of the guys run both series. But for some reason, the series that has one quick fix produces cleaner racing. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. That's interesting. I know they're dropping to 0 next season. So that'll be interesting. But I think just because these guys have kind of built a little bit of camaraderie and kind of been racing around each other more longer than truck guys. Because you got to remember, the truck guys, there was only 13 guys in the truck series in the beginning. And then we opened it up to the Arca guys about 3 races in. So I think these Arca cars are even a little bit more harder to drive than trucks. So I don't really have an answer to your question, although I'm going to be really interested to see how they bounce back from Nashville last week. They didn't have a bad race at all. I know it looked bad, but the first half of that race was really, really good. The second half was kind of meh. It was better than our Cup race there for sure. But I'm really excited to see how these guys do tonight and what kind of racing they put on.
All right, man. Well, hopefully these guys put on a show like they have every week this season, and we have a close one towards the end.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Thanks to you guys for putting the show on.
No problem. All right, Gary, you have to drag him back up to Evan.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we got qualifying going on. I actually completely forgot about that. The very controversial finish we had last weekend. It wasn't even really controversial for a bad reason. It was just iRacing goofed, and it counted the lead pack who had gotten a wreck after the initial caution came out, so we had to go through and we had to redo the whole order. The only one guaranteed was the winner of last week, which you have to help me here, Gary. My memory's so horrible.
I believe the winner was Joshua Banks.
I believe you're right. That sounds about right. Mr. Banksy, the iRacer. We get qualifying here. Currently, Jonathan Nance posting a 30.40. Followed right behind him with John Neidick. I'm going to call him Joe, of 34.420. This is where it's going to get interesting. Is I know we can't see it up here because Race Left didn't show it. But the two leaders are within a tenth. Like, not 2/10. No, not 2/10. 2/100th. Then you got over half a tenth to the next guy. So there's a pretty big gap there in qualifying time, something we're not used to seeing here in Arca.
Yeah, and you can put a clean or a good fast lap in qualifying, but the challenge is trying to get that to hold up during the race. You can have good short run speed, but if you get a long green flag run, you'll want to have good long run speed. Otherwise, you won't be able to stay up front in these things.
Yeah, the one thing I'm seeing is qualifying is really spread out more than what we're used to seeing with these Arca guys. Usually they keep it pretty packed. I mean, from first to 22nd, there's a whole second gap right there. That's not something we're used to seeing. So it's going to be really interesting to see who has practiced the long run game here. And I know there's some names on this board who I know are good at saving tires, as Joshua Banks just scores a pole. His name's one of them. I know John Neidick's great at saving tires, and so is Jonathan Nance. So let's see if any of these guys below them have the chance to drive through the pack and save tires while doing it.
There's another guy who's in this field. He's starring P14 right now, and he's sort of a dark horse for this Arca series. I think he's just been having bad luck lately. Joshua O'Connor, he's another one of those guys who's really good at saving tires and is good on the long run.
While we get ready to grid up here, let's go through the starting lineup. I'll go off with the top 15 since we have such a big field here tonight. Of course, getting out pole position at number 36, Macro Tools Machine of Joshua Banks. No stranger up front. No stranger being up front. The number 8 machine of Jonathan Nance. Going on to row 2, you got John Neidick and Matthew Richmond. Hate to break it to you, Matthew, but you're not going to be able to keep that number there in that 93 machine. Row 3, 95 of Kevin Jordan, and the 97 of Ty Blake. I believe that is a newcomer this week. Row 4, you got Alex 4J, who had a great race on Tuesday night in the truck series. Outside of him, you have the 35 Brian Tiffany. Row 5, keep an eye on the 48 machine of Jason Garcia. He started pretty far back at Gateway. He actually ended up winning that race. Outside of him with Josh Fassbender. Row 6, you got Adam Leideke and Steven Madden. Row 7, you got Jacob Schneider and Joshua O'Connor. And to round out the top 15, in that 144 machine inside of row 8, you got Dylan Lawrence.
In P16, you got Max Matrese.
Matrice. I think Matrice.
P17, you got Ryan Hoover. And P18, you got Peyton Harden. Sitting behind Peyton, you got his brother Chase in the 953 car, followed by David Harden in the 34. Then P21, you got the A6 of Nick Joyner, followed by the 44 of Jared McCauley. P23, you got the 23 car of Ryan Simone, and then Blake Definite is in P29. P30, you got Gene Wolfe starting in P30, and then Corey Bradley, he's showing on iRacing that he's starting 24th. That might be wrong, though.
Well,
25th, you got Jonathan Stevens.
Sorry to cut you off there, Gary. The pace car's pulled off when we're getting ready to go green flag racing, and I'm going to have a talk with Mr. Chase Harden, as him and Ryan Simone are running the same exact paint scheme, so that might get a little confusing. But we're green flag racing. Joshua Banks and Jonathan Nance leading us into turn 1, followed by the 80 of Neidick, the 93 of Matthew Richmond, and then the 95 of Kevin Jordan.
Looks like the 8. For a second, he looks like he's trying to sneak in on the inside of Joshua Banks. He might be able to get it done.
Ooh.
And we'll see if he can get clear on the front stretch.
I think Banks might have tagged a wall ever so slightly coming out of turn 4 there. No damage is being shown, but he might have given it a little bit of a love tap.
Possibly.
And I called the 48 out earlier. Jason Garcia already up 2 spots on that start from where he started at P9. Currently running in P7 right behind Alex 4J. Man, I can't.
Like the 93 and 78 are having a decent battle here for 5th. 78's getting.
Oh, the 80's gonna get sideways. No, they're not. Did it stay green?
No, yellow.
Oh, now yellow's out. Let's go back and see what happened to Neidick here.
While you're looking at that, I need to Yahtzee to go let my dog in. I'll be right back.
The 80 of Neidick. Oh, might have went a little too low there. Gets outside completely sideways. Somehow the 93. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, the 11 just gets drilled by the 7. We'll have to go. Let's go right on board with this number 93 right here. And what a job he does getting through this wreck. And what a save by Neidick. Look at the 93. He didn't know where to go. And then the 11 unfortunately got involved in that. But I believe that might have been a little bit of net code. Because I don't really see him hit the 80 at all. Oh, that was massive netcode.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of netcode right there.
Now, I'm kind of curious if that's what got him sideways or if he got loose trying to dodge at 80. I think he's going to lose it regardless there. And then, unfortunately, 7, nowhere to go. JP Schneider.
JP's been having some really bad luck in these races lately. He's a good driver, but he hasn't had any luck go his way.
I got to ask you, is Mr. Nidic on that list with people we can talk to?
Yes, he is.
Let's go ahead and pull him down. I'm done an interview in. Oh, he's not in the chat room.
Yeah, he is. He's in Nidec Racing.
Yeah, pull him up here.
Yep, I got him.
Hey, what is going on, Johnny?
Yeah, I know, man. I know.
No, I'm just pulling you up here, man. Long time no talk, dude.
I know. Nice to hear from you.
Yeah, you too, man. Seen down here in Mdot series. Went a little low there going into the corner, but what hell of a save you had there. I don't know how you collect that, dude. Talk us through, how it's been these last few races, coming back into Mdot, unfortunately having to start back in the Arca series. But talk us through it's been kind of coming down here with all the new guys and racing around them.
Well, as I learned just now, I'm racing around different people, so I'm learning who I can trust and who I can't. I don't know. I'm just glad to be back in Mdot. I'm glad to be racing these cars. They're a lot of fun. They're a handful. They're very difficult to drive, but that makes it fun. That's a challenge I like to have. But these new guys here in Arca, just filling them out, seeing who I could race hard around, who I can't, until I climb my way back up in the Cup, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I will say one thing. It is really weird not seeing that in that 8 car. All the time I've been to end up broadcasting and crew chief and what I've been doing, every time the 8 has been used. So it's really weird seeing you back in here and seeing a 0 added on to that number. But
yeah, I kind of feel the same way now. I don't know. Now I'm in the back of the pack. Now it's just time to try to work my way back up front and stay out of trouble. Keep a clean race car.
All right, good luck, man. We know you can save tires here, and hopefully you can get through the field safely.
Thanks, brother. Have a good one.
Yeah, I think also Nidec is starting to find out real quick, how good these Arca drivers are. I know I keep saying it week in and week out. Maybe it's a little bit biased. I get to broadcast them, but man, these guys are good. And I can't wait for next season Xfinity. All these names I'm thinking are going to be able to come up to make Xfinity a lot more fun.
Oh yeah, Xfinity is gonna be a lot of fun when these guys come up, especially with some of the truck guys as well.
It looks like Mr. Brandon Hughes, the top favorite driver here tonight once again. We got Green Flag Racing Banks Nance leading this in turn 1 once again.
Looks like they were 3 wide for a second towards the back.
Yeah, don't look now. Garcia up into the top 5. I'm not gonna try to be biased or anything, but we know how fast he is at these hybrid tracks. He won the last time Arca went to one at Gateway. A little bit different. I think he might carry a little bit more speed here, but still the same concept. Ooh, heck of a job by the 8 to stay. I think he tagged the wall ever so slightly. Did a really good job staying back off the wall and off of the 36 of Banks as he looks to the inside of Joshua coming off of turn 2. We go check in with Mr. John Nidec here. Currently still struggling back there in 25th place. 24th now.
And right now with John being in the back, I think he's just trying to be careful and save some of his tires because he doesn't know how a lot of these guys towards the back are racing. So I think he's just trying to be careful, save his tires, and try to get around him if there's another wreck.
Yeah, the one thing I'm hearing is I'm hearing a lot of tires just screaming off a corner exit and on corner entry. All I hear is them like screaming. Ooh, 95 getting a little bit loose off of turn 4.
Yeah, this track really eats up tires. I know when they raced in Cup in real life here last year, I think it was, they were going through tire sets a lot. So it really reflects that on iRacing as well.
Yeah, and I think one guy you really got to keep your eye on here is this number 78 of Alex 4J. We saw Tuesday night when trucks went to Richmond, not Richmond. Yeah, Richmond, on how well on how well he was able to save tires, you know, at a track that requires a lot of braking. I don't know if he can go into this race with the same strategy, but if he can, keep an eye on him for having a really fast, long run car here tonight. Everyone's kind of starting to single file it out for the most part. As, we can go check in with some more drivers. Go ahead and check in with the 51 of Adam Leideke, who's been fast all season long, currently sitting in 6th place. Kind of biting his time out right now. And another guy that's kind of quiet throughout the season, but somehow he managed his top 10s week in and week out. It's number 88 of Corey Bradley, currently sitting in 20th place, right in front of the 7 of JP Snyder, who unfortunately probably had to get the quickness early on. And I think one of the things that helps the 88 out so much is he's willing to wait. He's like, I know these, they're not long races like we see in Cup and Xfinity, but they're still decently length races to where you can kind of sit in the back for the first half, kind of bite out your time, let everyone else get in wrecks, use up their stuff, and be there at the end for a top 10.
Oh yeah, you'll see that a lot in officials too, which have shorter races than we have here in Mdot, where the guys who save their tires usually will go up towards the front on the long run speed. So that is a big thing at this kind of track.
Ooh! Jason Messia, I can't tell if he tagged the wall or not, but he definitely got loose off of turn 4.
I'm looking back behind him, and I saw for a second these guys were having a pretty good battle to try to sneak their way into the top 5. 95 of Kevin Jordan is going to be looking low by the 51 who closed the door on him.
Eric Warmer chimed in and said tire wears a little bit better than Dover. You know what? I would have to agree with you, Eric. I haven't raced the ARC cars here yet, but I have raced Infinity here, and I do like it is a little bit easier to say tires here than it's Dover. Dover just, I don't want to talk about Dover. Dover is horrible on tires. In the meantime, it looks like the 97 of a Ty Blake is looking to the inside of the 93 of Matthew Richmond.
Looks like the 97 was not able to get a good run off of the corner there, but we'll see if he can make something happen down in turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I'm kind of curious about these ARC cars. We see the 93 get around this 95 here. Is I know when it comes to other cars I've raced here, I've raced everything else but ARCA here when it comes to NASCAR. This is one of the tracks to where you have to set your pass up on corner exit. You really cannot get away too much with dive bombing in a corner. I mean, you dive bomb in the corner, you're just going to wash up the track every day and time. You really got to set it up on corner exit to get around someone here. As we look at Adam Leideke getting around Jason Messia here for 4th place. As the 78 gets around Jonathan Nance for 2nd. Caught him out earlier. Alex 4J, keep an eye out on him. As he proved Richmond at tracks like these, he can save tires like no other. Well, he was out on way older tires than everybody else, and he was still driving away from the field Tuesday night.
That he was. Ooh, looks like Matthew Richmond gained a couple spots there. A bunch of guys might have checked up, and they saved it toward the 4th and 5th place.
Yeah, it looks like that might have been Adam Leideke and Jason Messia. No damage on those guys. How about Brian Tiffany putting a decent run in so far, currently sitting in 10th place, just inside the top 10. We usually don't see him up here in the top 10 till later on. He's usually also like Corey, kind of buys his time, and he's up there a little bit early on here tonight. Well, I got a good green flag run going. Do not forget, next week is off for ARCA, but we do have a cup race here at Nashville Super Speedway tomorrow night. as the Cup guys try to show these Arca guys how it's done. And I know I brag about it. I love bragging about it because these Arca guys put in the show every week. As the 78 of Alex Ford Jason, looking on a pass on the 36, just like I was talking about. You have to set that pass up on the corner exit. That's what he does. Looks to the inside. As the yell's going to come out, I think Alex Ford J's going to have the lead.
I believe that yellow here on lap 12 was the number 4 car of Max Matrisi. He got into the 14 a little bit and it sent a few guys around.
I believe he actually got into the 86 of Nick Joyner, just went in the corner a little too hot. Oh no, Nick Joyner got a little loose, came up the track, hit the 14, and the 23 of Ryan Simone was nowhere to go, and the 88 of Corey Bradley also getting involved in that.
That's a big one.
That's a pretty big wreck towards the back of the pack, but Alex Ford J just got the lead here. And let's see how many takers we got on pit lane.
I think we're going to have everybody on pit road.
I mean, you'd be surprised who's willing to stay out, knowing how important track position is here and how hard it is to pass. We might see someone out in the back stay out. As I say that, it looks like, yeah, everyone is going to come to pit lane.
I don't see a single truck on here who stayed out.
It's cars, Gary.
A car. Sorry, my bad. You know what I mean.
Oh, it looks like the 97 will way overshot his pit box. Had a reverse quite a bit there. Let's see who wins this race off of pit road. Ford J's out of his pits. I believe Ford J's going to get it. Followed by Banks, possibly. No, I believe Nance just barely got him.
Yeah, Nance barely got Banks. And I think it was like half a car.
So Nance gaining a position, and your biggest loser, I don't want to say loser, it sounds so mean saying it, your guy losing the most positions on pit lane is this 97 of Ty Blake. As we go back and rewatch this, he overshot his pit box by a mile. If we go back and we'll go to Far Chase here, and you'll watch how much he overshoots his pit box here. You're going to lose a lot of spots because of it. Almost goes into the 95 box, and 95 got low. Oh, the 97 got confused. Oh, no. So 97 definitely losing a lot of time from that mistake right there.
While we're under caution, why don't we pull up one of our crew chiefs here? We got a crew chief that's on the list, Thomas Stanley. Why don't we pull him up?
I don't want to talk to him. Go for it.
Let me find him.
Hey, stop talking to your team. We brought you up here. What's going on, Thomas?
Oh, you know, nothing.
Hey, first and foremost, got to ask you, who you crew chiefing for?
I am actually crew chiefing for Brady tonight.
Brady. All right, man. It's going to be a quick interview. One to go already. So while you're crew chiefing here tonight, helping Brady out, how much notes are you taking for tomorrow night?
A lot. I am seeing how the track kind of feels, how the cars are acting. Granted, the Cup cars are going to be different than the Arca cars, but definitely kind of getting a feel for how the gas and tire wear is going to be.
Gotcha. But we're getting ready to go green flag racing, man. Good luck for you and Mr. Brady Price, and see how well he does here tonight.
Thank you. You guys have a good one. Have fun broadcasting.
We'll do. If we go back green flag racing, 4J Banks leading us to turn 1. And I'm kind of curious how this 78 of 4J can do in this clean air. We saw him make his way through the field pretty easily, actually. So let's see how he does it with all this fresh air in front of him.
Oh, as they're going 3 wide for the lead almost on the backstretch, but it looks like the 8 is going to back out of it. Very smart decision by him, because I don't know if you can go 3 wide into 3 and 4 here.
I mean, if the wide track can get away with it, and he backed out, but the 95 of Kevin Jordan trying to make something work here. He was looking 3 wide, as you were talking with the 8 backing out in 3 and 4 last time by.
36 of Joshua Banks. Looks like he's going to get a good run on the 78 down the backstretch.
Yeah, but I don't know if you're able to pass on the outside here. The yellow's going to come out. 78 should be in the lead. Looks like the 11, a Fastenbender involved in that run. Ooh, it looks like that was started with the 88 of Corey Bradley. 3 wide and corner exit. Ooh, 22 wide. It came up a little too much there. Saw the 14 shoot through the dirt, and then he gets drilled by the 42. Wow, that was a big wreck, too.
Yeah, 42 had nowhere to go for that one.
That's a tough wreck for the 88 because he might have used his quick fix already. So Alex 4J, still your leader. As I don't really think the top 5 changed too much during that run. As the 95 of Kevin Jordan was trying to make some aggressive moves here early on, trying to get that clean air. And that's something that people don't realize on a track like this, is that clean air in front of you is everything. You don't got to adjust your braking point or anything like that. You can focus on your race.
How many people do you think we'll see come down pit road, even though they already came down on the last caution?
Well, looks like we have some takers down pit road. 11, 7, 14, 22, 18, and I can't read who the other number is, but the 88. They all came down pit road. I think majority of them were involved in that wreck. As we go check in on this 80 of John Neidig. Moved his way all the way back up into 10th place after that really early spin he had. We call it a spin. I just was to call it him getting sideways because he kept that thing going straight.
That he did. I watched that, and he did a really good job at keeping it straight.
I'm sorry. I just went to the 26 car because I saw his front end. I'm like, what in the world is he running? He's running a Kia front end on that car. Like, he's running a Kia Stinger. That's an interesting choice right there.
I guess he likes Kia.
I ain't never seen that before. That threw me off. I saw him driving by. I'm like, what front end is that? Had to go to rear chase and say Kia on it. And I'm like, wow.
How about the 80 of John Neidig? I know you were talking about him a little bit ago, but he got involved in that first wreck, and he was towards the back. Now he's back up to 10th position as we're getting ready to come back green this time by.
Yeah, and he kind of snuck his way up there, too, because last time I checked him, he was running outside the top 20. Then we had that pretty long green flag run, and then I go back and look at the leaderboard, and he's in 10th place, so definitely keep your eye on that 80 of John Neidig. Cracking into the top 5, and we can get a good green flag run going here. I'll tell you what, this track has some pretty short caution laps. They don't joke around here at this track.
No, they do not. I think Nashville Fairgrounds had shorter tracks, or shorter caution laps, though.
No, we had a lot of Nashville Fairgrounds. So it was like 5 a caution. Green. Green comes out going into lap 29. No surprise, 78-36 leading us into turn 1. Keep your eye on that 95. You're trying to make some moves work on the last restart. The top 5 already starting to get a little bit of breakaway from the rest of the field.
They are still double file all the way back, it looks like, as they're coming into turns 3 and 4.
Yeah. Side by side they go. Third on back. Really, just third place, and then actually they straightened it back out. Only took a lap, but we're kind of at this point single file. There's only a couple cars side by side. 95 is going to overshoot the turn. Almost get up into the 8 of Nance. Able to collect that and keep it going.
That what a save from that 95 to keep it straight and not come right up into the A, because that would not have been good right in front of the entire field.
Yeah, he way overshot that turn. I was getting ready to call a caution coming out, but the 39 getting the wall a little bit there. Working his way around Jason Massey in that 48 machine. I think the 39 is trying to experiment with the high line because he is running way up on the track.
And it looks like it might be working for him because he started back at P14 and he's already up to 6th. So he's up 8 positions so far from where he started.
As we see is now looking to the inside of the 95 of Kevin Jordan. Side by side they go into turn 1. We had a car off into the grass. I couldn't quite tell who that was. I don't think that was a 22 of Anthony Edrington. Oh, the 95 gets into the wall. Not sure what caused it there. We might have to go back and look as his front suspension is all gone. He is way slow on track, trying to get down the pit lane. He's going to cut it sharp left down the pit lane he goes. Let's go back and see what might have happened there. Going down the backstretch. Him and Garcia trying to silence.
Oh. They got into each other and that sent the 95 up straight into the wall.
Yeah.
Good job by him keeping it up there though and not coming down into anybody else.
Yeah, I was with some aggressive side drafting of both their parses early on.
Looks like the 39 Joshua O'Connor, he's looking in to the inside of the 48 of Jason Ricea. These two have history on track. I don't think Ricea likes Joshua O'Connor very much. I'm not exactly sure why, but I do know these guys have a little bit of rivalry. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, in the meantime, the 80 of John Noddick has moved his way up into 7th spot now. Up 3 spots already from where he restarted at. But still, your current leader is this number 78, Alex Forget, actually currently driving away from the field up to almost a second lead as they cross the start-finish line this time by.
And he is pulling away from the field. That gap is now up to 1 second on everybody else so far.
Yeah, he is pulling away just like he did on Tuesday night, starting to drive away from the field. Not really seeing too many battles going on right now. Looks like the 48 might be battling it out with the 39 of Joshua O'Connor still.
Looks like the 39 was going to try to see if he could get a good run off of turns 1 and 2, but I don't think he's going to be able to get him into turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, I don't think that high side works as well as a lot of people think it would. It's just because you lose so much time on corner entry, you don't gain all that time back on the exit with the run you would get, like a typical 1.5 mile track we go to. As John Niddick looking to make some moves on the outside around the 97. Actually, correction, the 97 just got around Niddick for P7.
Looks like you got the 53 as well. Or the 93. He's trying to see if he can make a move on the 39 of Joshua O'Connor.
Yeah, we got a lot of cars in this group right here. You got the leader way out in front of everyone. You got Banks about a second behind him. There's about another second gap to this group of cars of about 10 or so. So, the two leaders kind of starting to pull away while the battling's going on. Jason Massey is actually starting to pull away from this pack now.
Looks like the 97 of Ty Blake, he's going to look to the inside of the 93. We'll see if he can get the move done here in 1 and 2, which I don't think he's able to.
Yeah, like I said before, you don't want to overshoot the corner. You're going to lose way too much time. You got to set the pass up on corner exit. As the 51 does just that, looks to the inside of the 80 of John Neidick.
And he is going to be clear coming in turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, this shows you like how important it is to set that pass up on the outside. And I know a lot of Cup guys who are watching this race are taking notes on how to pass here. I mean, I might be wrong. You might be able to overshoot the corner. I have never had luck with that here. Never. Every time I pass someone here, it's a 93. It's door to door. It's a 39, a corner exit. 3 wide, they go down the backstretch. Out of line key down low. But I've never been able to complete a pass overshooting a corner or dive bomb in a corner. So 97 is going to get stuck way up on the top side of the track. He's going to lose 1, 2, 3, maybe 1 or 2 positions, maybe 3. That's what I meant to say. That 97, his tires got to be getting worn out. He is going way high on the track and corner entry. He's going to start back. Oh, I want to say it was a 23. Slams the wall on corner exit.
That was Chase in the McDonald's car.
That was Chaz a 953 then. Like I said, Simone and him are in the same paint schemes. Jerks. Meantime, this 78 machine is starting to drive a lot like his favorite driver, Martin Truex Jr., just pulling away from the field.
Got the 97 of Ty Blake. He looked to the inside of the 26, and he was able to complete the pass coming into 3 and 4.
Yeah, keep an eye on that 97 because he's been getting the corners really hot. Like he's braking a little too late, washing up the track, and losing a lot of time to the guys in front of him.
That he has been.
Like I know he's stuck on the high line there, but that was way too high to be run. Let's look at the time he loses on corner entry. He gains some of it back down the backstretch, just not as much as he's losing though.
Anthony Edrington, he came off of the track, but I believe he's back on. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, he's currently in pit lane. So halfway through the, oh no, we're 10 laps past the halfway point. My math is off tonight.
Looks like he got loose off of 3 and 4 and kept it in the grass, and the yellow did not come out.
Talk about getting loose. Garcia got way loose off of 2. That's going to open a door for Joshua Connor to set up a path to the inside. As I think Garcia's getting really tight as he goes up and hits the ball right there. 3 wide, they go through the tri-oval.
Looks like Garcia is losing a lot of positions. I wonder if his tires are gone.
Oh yeah, you can tell there. Look how much he's washing up the track, middle of the corner. His tires are roasted. That's going to move Johnny Boy up into 6th place. And that's going to move the 93 into the top 5. For right now, as I say that, John's going to look to the inside. And he's...
Of the 93.
He's going to have it here in corner. Ooh, it was a little bit side drafted, but I thought Adam and 93 were about to get into it there.
Looks like the 51 is going to be following the 80 of John Neidick through to try to see if he can make up that position as well.
Yeah, this track is like a lot of short tracks. I know it's not a short track, it's a 1.5 mile track. But once you get shoved up higher, not really shoved, it gets stuck up there in the high lane or a lane off the low line, you're going to get passed by everyone within a car length behind you. So he's really going to have to fight. Oh, the 51 trying to side drive him through the triangle and going to get into him. That's going to bring the caution out. And Kevin Jordan will be our lucky dog as Jason Garcia. I don't know if he'll be able to get to that cleanly or not. We'll have to go back and actually re-watch it real quick and see exactly what happened. It looked like a little bit too much of aggressive side draft there by the 51 of Adam Leideke. We're going to play it right here. Yeah, it looks like a 51 drifted up this ever so slightly too much. As they get into it again, that's going to bring out the caution.
I think we see everybody come down pit road again here.
Oh, you got to. I know Kevin Jordan's loving that caution as he will be our lucky dog. Oh, my bad. Free pass. And that's a rare mistake there by Adam. We don't see him do stuff like that too often. Just try to get a little too aggressive with a side draft going through the tri-oval and just got in 93 ever so slightly and sent him for a ride. And I think Adam got the worst end of that. As the 93 still scored in 6th place, and Adam scored all the way back in 18th.
Yeah, I believe you are right about that. Yep, as I was predicting, everybody came in the pits here gonna take 4 fresh Goodyear tires.
Yeah, it looks like the only people that stayed out are people multiple laps down. Alex Forte looks like he's going to race up pit road, and I think Nate's going to be Banks out yet again. Whatever Nate's is doing on pit lane, he has been beating Banks out every time so far tonight.
Looks like the... Oh, I'm not sure. Looks like he had it clear. I was going to say, it looks like Fastbender had a black flag, but it got cleared.
Ryan Simone and Brian Tiffany are still out on track. If I'm not mistaken, they were on the lead lap when this caution came out, so they might be scoring new leaders. Let me see. Everyone came down pit lane, but we'll see when my scoreboard updates here.
Hearing a little bit of radio chatter between Banks and Nance. Banks is saying he does not like having that first pit stop or pit stall, but he's happy that it's starting on the bottom.
I was mistaken. I thought the 35 was on the lead lap. He was up there in the top 10, but he must have got put a lap down somehow as him and Ryan Simone will get the wave around when the pace car goes lights off with 1 to go.
We'll be going back green, I think, here with 18 laps? 19 laps? Something like that to go?
19 laps.
Believe the lights will be coming off on the pace car this time by, I believe.
Yeah, they should be 1 to go this time by. Go back racing on lap 52 with 19 to go.
Yep. I am really excited to see how these guys battle for the championship at the end of the season, because these guys, there's a lot of fast guys in this ARCA field this season. A lot of them. So it's going to be a really interesting championship battle that we'll have to follow.
Yeah, and we haven't had I mean, our usual ARCA season, we'll have our fair share of people who join race, 4 or 5 races, get a win, and not get mad if they got bumped out or something and leave. There haven't been too many people in the top 16 points that have just up and left the series, so it's going to be interesting come playoffs, because last season it was just a 4-race dash for championship. This season, I believe we'll have an actual playoffs, and it's going to be really fun to broadcast.
That it is, and I'll have to make us some slides with the point standings each week. That way you can show them on the broadcast.
We get ready to go green flag racing. Yet again, 19 to go this time by 78-8, leading us to turn 1. And
Ooh, 36. He's looking 3 wide. to the
3
inside
wide
the
on a restart through 1 and 2. 36 saw the opportunity and he took it. Oh, is he going to lose off of turn 2? He's able to collect it. He had to use the whole track to do it, but he collects it. Going to lose a lot of spots because of it, though. Got knocked all the way down from first to, I believe, 5th place, but what a job that was saving it. Jonathan Nance will assume the lead this time by.
What an exciting restart there. 36 taking it 3 wide. That's something you do not see a lot in this series.
No, what a save that was, too. I mean, he had to use the whole track up to do it from the wall down to the grass, but he was able to get that car collected. As Alex 4J, last time we went race on Tuesday night, he came up 1 position short. The guy who won that race knew he had to do everything he could to keep him behind him. Now he's in second again. Will we see a little bit more aggressive driving out of Alex tonight, or will he try to just do what he did last week, try to get around him cleanly? No, not last week, on Tuesday night.
I'm looking towards the back. Looks like we got a few guys shuffling positions towards the back.
Jonathan Nance did something I haven't seen all race. He went down to the apron in the tri-oval. And this is one of the tracks, if you do it, you gotta be really careful with what you're doing. I think that might have hurt him. He might have lost some time to the 78 machine doing that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Especially with the way that transition is onto the apron on a tri-oval. It is really difficult to keep it straight down there.
We go check in on everyone's favorite driver, the 32 of Brandon Hughes. Oh, it's the 18 and the 14 get into it. Coming into the tri-oval. Into the grass they go. It stays green. 18 doing a great job locking it up. No caution.
Ooh, looks like the 14 came up on corner X and just collected the 18.
You know, I talked about this guy earlier, the 88 of Corey Bradley, currently sitting in top 10, trying to go on to 26 for 9th place. Looks like he's able to get that pass complete. Not quite clear now, he's clear.
And he is up 15 spots. Right now, he is sitting as your biggest mover of the race so far.
And in the meantime, we were busy watching all that battling. The 78 was able to get around the 8 of Jonathan Nance. At some point, we were too busy watching all that jostling going on in the back. Well, not even the back, towards the middle of the pack. At the 36, the Banks has moved his way back into 3rd. 12 to go this time by. I don't know if anyone has anything for 78 now he's up front. It's going to be really interesting to see if Johnson Nance able to chase him back down and get around him.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting because unless the yellow comes out, the 78 might have it. Unless he makes a big mistake. 78 is really good on that long run speed.
Yeah, we keep talking about how racing's going to be. I know some people who don't want to see these guys come up, you know, are Davey and Kevin. You know, they're like, we don't want no more competition up there.
And people like Francisco as well.
Man, if you guys don't watch Xfinity, you want to watch the next season. Next season is going to be one hell of a season. I can already predict it. I knew this season was going to be good. You know, last season, it was a Davey Kevin show. This season, they got some competition, some great racing. I get to watch, you know, from about 10th place. I get to watch them battle it out. And looks like we'll be watching from 15th place next season. Alex 4J doing a heck of a job staying in front of the 8 of Jonathan Nance as there's a little bit of a gap to the next pack behind him, led by Joshua O'Connor and Jason Macia. I know one guy who wants a caution is this number 95 of Kevin Jordan. Had to get the free pass last caution. Had to start in the rear of the field. has moved his way up into 16th spot. Currently behind us, number 7 of JP Snyder, trying to get himself a top 15 at this point.
And that's going to be really interesting to see next season, too, is what teams in Xfinity a lot of these ARCA guys are going to be pulled up to. Because if you guys haven't checked it out yet, Midwest Days of Thunder, check it out on Facebook. They have a really good team format where teams get to pull up drivers from the lower series, and it's just really good and really good progression system that we got.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool watching these guys make their way through the ranks and stuff like that.
Looking towards the back, looks like we got the number 7 of Jacob Schneider. He's going to try to look to the inside of the 95 for P15. But he's going to get tight, and he's not... he's got that runoff on the front stretch. He's going to be able to get clear of that 95.
Yeah, that 95 trying to do everything he can to make up some positions he lost, do some contact with the 48 machine. Currently stuck behind that 7 machine of JP Schneider. Seven doing a lot of blocking going on the backstretch, not letting that 95 get around him. The 86 and Nick Joyner's going to shoot way up the track, almost into the wall. Looks like the 95 is going to have it this time as he's there. He's below the 7.
He's not going to be clear coming in 1 and 2, but we'll see if he has it set up for the exit of the corner.
We're 5 to go this time by as Alex 4J has built a 7/10 second lead over Jonathan Nance as the 36 of Joshua Banks looks to try to get around the 8 for a top 2 finish.
Oh! Dylan Lawrence crashed. Well, I'm going to look and see what happened there. It looks like... Oh, he just,
Oh, he's Blinky... Yeah, he's Blinky McGee tonight.
Oh, Ty Blake around is what my SDK is saying now. Oh, yeah, the 48 of Jason Ricea, he got into the left rear of Ty Blake, and that's going to send Ty Blake around, but the yellow has not come out, and these guys are just taking green flag racing.
Yeah, Ricea lost a lot of spots because of it. Currently down to 14th place as we're running top 10 most of the night. Oh, he's going to get loose in corner entry. Ricea finding a loose race car at this time. We come across the line. Alex for Jay's going to have 2 to go this time by.
Ooh, 7 of Jacob Schneider. He's almost getting into the 48 of Jason Ricea.
I know, at 78, all he wants to see is the white flag. And he's there. Next flag will be the checker flag to end the race. To come out of turn 2. Looks like no one's going to have anything for Alex 4J. I don't think the 36 can be able to catch up to the 8 of Jonathan Nance. So, looks like your top 3 is going to be 4J, Nance, Banks, checkered flag. What a race. That's a 78 of Alex 4J giving us a little bit of a dance.
78 has to be happy about that one after what happened to him on Tuesday.
Ooh, this is 7 gets into the 35 after the race. I don't know if those guys have history as you see Banks giving Alex 4J a little friendly good job bump there. And everyone's favorite driver, Brandon Hughes, comes in P9. How about Corey Bradley getting a P8? John Notting bouncing back after an early incident, getting top 5. O'Connor coming in with the top 5. You talk about his struggle he had all season long, coming in P4.
Brandon Hughes, your biggest mover, up 17 positions, getting himself up in P9.
You know, I think 4J should be a little bit better than Burnouts.
We'll wait for these guys to hop into podium so we can get some driver interviews going.
Yeah, we wait for the guys to join the podium finish. We'll wait some podium finish. Then let's go ahead and pull up Mr.
I too, dadgummit.
Banksy. Banksy the iRacer. What's going on, Josh?
Oh, it's going good. Y'all caught me talking to Jonathan Nance, trash talking to him, but it's all good.
You know, what I thought I heard you say was I get 50% off my next purchase.
I didn't win. I
I don't care. I need the money.
didn't win. I hear you, but I didn't win.
All right.
The other two to slow down.
All right, man. What a hell of a race you guys put on here tonight, dude. And first and foremost, one hell of a save you had coming out of 2 on that final restart, I believe it was. Talking through that, man, a little bit of aggressiveness there on the final restart, but I think you knew it was go time as you put it 3 wide and it looked like you just couldn't get the tires to stick coming off the corner exit.
Yeah, it's cold tires. I didn't expect it, but kind of did at the same time because for whatever reason, cold tires on 1 and 2 just are as loose as all get out. But everything else after that is fine. But it was really weird. But we had to do something. I mean, Alec was the star of the night, and he had the speed, long run and short run. So congrats to him. He showed us, you know, there's other drivers here that can race for the front, and that's awesome. So. Congrats to him. It was tough though. I'd say it was extremely tough to race that. Being that this isn't my best track either, so but I'm not going to say that because Alex killed it. So
yeah, Alex for sure did kill it. I talked about him early on in the broadcast. He had put it on a show at Richmond. Really showed he had what it takes to save tires. I mean, I know it's in a short track, but a short track style track you can call it. Where you got a really big braking zone, and he drove away at Richmond at one point, and he was one of my favorites to win this race. I thought you might have had something for him there in the final restart, but a little bit too loose a corner exit. You used up the whole damn track to keep it going, but man, what a bounce back that was. I think you fell back to 5th place, still bounced back up to 3rd. You think you might have had a shot for a second had you not got loose there?
yeah, I mean, I think. I was running back down Nance, and he was tough too on that later run, and I clipped the wall coming out of 4. I mean, it was just like it wasn't the full like right there at the exit. It was just a couple seconds later, just scraped it, and it lost about 2/10. So that after that, I was like, I was done. And then after that, the tire shot, and it was close. It was definitely close, and I was trying, but it just wasn't there to be. And I definitely take 3rd though.
Yeah, man, there's nothing disappointing on a race like this, dude. I know we got a off week coming up, a pretty much well-needed off week for you guys, as you guys put on a show every damn week. We go back racing at Milwaukee Mile. I won't lie, I have never raced there. I don't even have the track. I don't know if you have. If you have, talk us through the difficulty of that track, if there is any.
Yeah, it's a difficult track. It's very flat. It's almost like a New Hampshire, but it's a 1-lane New Hampshire. You can't really make moves on the outside. You have to really feed the bottom, which is fine. The racetrack does pretty good, but it's like I said, a single lane track, so it's tough. It's loose, especially in these cars. I feel like and we'll just have to see how that goes. Hopefully, the car ain't too temperamental when we get there. But I like the track. I've done well there. Raced there a few times, so we'll just have to see how things go then.
All right, man. Once again, congratulations on that third place finish, and we'll probably see you up here again later on the season.
All right, man. Good talking to you.
Later. All right, next we'll pull up the number 8 of Jonathan Nance. What is going on, Jonathan?
Hey man, how's it going?
Pretty dang good, dude. One heck of a show you all put on here tonight, man. I gotta ask you, that 78 was fast on the mid to long run. Do you think you could have done anything to keep up with them or keep them behind you on that final restart?
If I'd have just drove maybe a little bit deeper in the corners, I believe I could have had him. Or if we had a few more laps, I feel like he would have gave up here. Starting here in a couple laps, I feel like he's overusing his tires. But I gave it all I had there last run there.
Yeah, that you did, dude. It looks like once the tires started falling off, you were kind of starting to slowly but surely fall back. Josh was up here kind of talking to us about you and him talking before that, man. Talk us through the struggles you had keeping him behind you on that final 10 laps.
He had me sweating, that's for sure. I kept looking up in my rear view, seeing where he was at. I was like, oh man. And then anytime I'd pull him, I'm like, all right, I got it. I got this figured out. And then the next corner, he'd pull in within a tenth. I'm like, oh my goodness. This is going to be a third place right here.
I mean, third place on the day, you still got to come up here and get to talk to us, but I guess you just wanted that top two.
Yeah, I don't know. I really want another win. I don't want Banks to keep stacking in the win column. I want to get me a couple more.
Yeah, we talked to him about Milwaukee Mile. I've never driven it. I've never seen the track, so watching you guys race two Thursdays from now should be interesting. First and foremost, have you ever raced there in the Stowe? Talk us through the struggles you guys will face going into the next race.
I've never been on there. Never tried it. I guess between the next couple weeks, I need to put 1,000 laps in there to get ready for Banks and all these guys. This series is stacked, man. It's extremely competitive. Josh O'Connor, he's fast. Nidek's fast. Lichty's fast. I mean, it's a stacked field.
Yeah, it is a really stacked field, dude. Seems like every week we see the same top 5 fighting it out for a win, and it's been exciting this season so far, and I can't wait for playoff time. It's going to be really interesting come playoffs. You guys have an actual playoff schedule. First time we've had that here in Mdot, and there's not too many people leaving the series this season, so playoffs going to be really interesting with you guys.
Yeah, I probably should practice more for the playoffs than I am for the next tracks coming up. That's for sure.
All right, man. Well, like I told Banksy, we'll probably see you up here again for the end of next season, or end of this season, and congrats on the second place finish.
Appreciate it. Give a couple shout outs here. One
Go
of my
for it.
dad, he had a cancer removed off his bladder today, so hopefully they got to get all that. So he can hang around and watch a lot more of these races. He really enjoys it. My nephews, Connor, Jake, Luke, and Addison, they're watching right now. Probably should be in bed, but they're up watching. And my wife, for letting me come down here and spend all this time doing this, getting prepared for these races.
Yeah, getting prepared for these races is not fun at all, but during the race is definitely worth it. But once again, congrats on the second place finish, dude.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, next go ahead and pull in our winner here tonight, Mr. Alex 4J. What is going on, man? I know you came up short Tuesday night, and you probably were thinking about that these last couple of days going into this race. I mentioned it early on in the broadcast to have them keep an eye out for you. You showed you had speed at a short track style of a track, I guess you can call it. Did you predict yourself winning going into this race?
Honestly, no. I didn't know what to expect from the rest of the field, especially the front rows. But the two practices that I did with a couple of guys from here, and they were in the day, and there were Cup cars too, but I didn't know. So I was trying to catch up first place in these practice, but it was always going away a little bit further. So made me force myself to change my line, and it showed tonight that it was a way faster line than I thought.
Yeah, man, and I forgot to talk about this to the other guys. I was saying during the broadcast, correct me if I'm wrong, this is just from my racing experience. Maybe I just suck driving here, I don't know. But it almost seemed like if you tried to dive bomb the corner, you would wash up the track and hurt yourself more than anything. You had to set the pass up on the exit of 2 and 4. Is that how it felt here tonight?
Yeah, but there was like 2 lines of racing. They were really close, but you could pass dive bombing. You just had to brake a little bit more, but it's tricky. It's really tricky to do, but I think I had the car to do that tonight.
All right, man. Congratulations on your win here tonight. Talk us through what you're worried about or maybe looking forward to going into Milwaukee Mile in 2 weeks.
Oh well, I will need a lot of practice here because that's one of the tracks that I don't really go to a lot, and yeah, we'll go week by week and see if I can manage to get myself in the front.
All right, man. Nice talking to you, dude. We'll see you sometime again this evening.
Yes, sir.
All right, that was one heck of a race, Gary. Yet again, these Arca guys came to put on a show, and a show they put on. Man, that race was that race is entertaining.
That it was, and it was really fun watching these guys do this race. And some good clean racing, had a few good green flag runs. Couple cautions, but for the most part, it was really clean, really close, and just overall a fun race to watch tonight and broadcast.
Yeah, I will say this. I mean, cautions are going to come when you have a 30-plus car field. And all my time being here in Mdot, there's only been one Arca race. We went caution-free, and I think we had like 11 guys at Dover. So if these guys can manage a 30-plus or even a 25-car field or more and manage no cautions, I would be like, hey, Taver, just promote all these guys to the Cup right now. Like, because these Arca cars are not easy to drive. They are a handful, and it's gonna be interesting as the season progresses and these guys move up to Xfinity. I know we haven't mentioned it yet, but Taver did mention it earlier. I'm interested to see next gen here in Mdot next season. I'm looking forward to that. I know it's a couple months out, but still something I'm really looking forward to. Who knows? I might move myself up the Cup. I don't know. I might see it on Xfinity. I like crew chiefing too much. But what a race!
I'm looking forward to it as well. It's gonna be fun driving next gens and Cup.
Why? So you can hit the wall more?
From a test that I've done, it feels like I'm better in the next gens than Gen 6.
Alright, like I said earlier in the stream, just a quick rundown we got going on this next week here in Mdot. Like I said before, next week is off for Trucks, Cup, and Arca. But Cup will have one more race until their off week. That is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. 165 laps right back here at Nashville Super Speedway. You got a 40-lap first stage. You're going to race out to lap 90 for stage 2, and then 165 laps will be the end of the race and end of stage 3. And then Monday night, since we had to replace the off week we took for Thanksgiving, we will have the only Mdot race next week live at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for a night race there at 110 laps. And if you're bored, you need something to do, you're cleaning the house, you're cooking some dinner, you're falling asleep, go ahead and tune in to Mdot TV on Facebook or YouTube. I'm not sure if Gary, if you stream it on Twitch. I don't believe you do.
I do not. Just on YouTube on Monday nights.
So make sure if you guys ain't doing nothing Monday or Friday night, go ahead and tune in those races. They're going to be really, really fun to watch.